Q&A time again with Michael Pierce of Michael's Health Answers. Michael, many of the primary health-related causes of death today can be lifestyle-induced. Heart attack, cancer, diabetes. When I was teaching wellness years ago, I often said that if everyone ate a diabetic diet, the population would be much healthier. Do you agree?
I think that that is an accurate statement. I believe that all of us could benefit from a low glycemic intake. Everybody needs to be aware of how unhealthy it is to boost your sugar up and then have a huge crash. Boost your sugar up and have a huge crash. You don't want to be putting this sort of stress on your internal organs and the regulatory systems inside your body. Every time you spike your sugar way up there, you're doing a little bit of health damage to your heart, to your cardiovascular system, to your nervous system. Our bodies are not meant to ingest processed sugars. It's something man-made, it's not good for us, it's not healthy. When I started to become healthy, I cut cream out in my coffee and I went to a natural sugar on the raw. The next step was to cut cream and sugar completely out of my coffee and go to black coffee. The third step was to go from 8 cups a day to go down to 2 cups a day. It's all about moderation and taking the bad things out of your diet. And as far as I know, a lot of the bad things involve things that spike your glycemic scale way up and then crash you off so you're tired and you need to fuel up again. Eat a lot of small meals on a regular basis, which I understand is a huge part of the diabetic regimen. You don't want to have a lot of food at one time and burden your digestive system and make it work hard. I believe, and I have in my experience, gone from eating twice a day to eating 5 or 6 times in a day. I just eat a lot less at each sitting so that I don't become hungry. And by eating small amounts of food, your body's able to ingest these small amount of foods and use them up completely before you put more food in your body. So really, to answer the question, I believe all of us could take a cue from the diabetic cookbook and eat a little bit healthier, a little bit cleaner, and a little bit more aware of what we're putting in our bodies and why we're putting it in. We need to educate ourselves. We can't rely on companies in the educational system to do it for ourselves.
Well, we've been talking a lot of diet-related things this week, Michael, and moderation and being aware seem to be the common thread here, and so I guess that's your message again yet today, is being aware.
I was a chef for 20 years. I cooked and added things to my own body that weren't healthy. It wasn't started until I really started to examine what I was putting in my body and what its components were that I really started to make any headway with my growing weight problem. And I know that sounds a little bit ironic, but when you've been huge and you find your way back to heart healthy, you have to share the little steps you took along the journey that made the process possible. This did not happen overnight. I started supplementing 6 years ago, but I actually started healthy diet choices almost 15 years ago when I cut out cream and sugar in my coffee and then took fountain pop off the option list. It was a long, slow process as I fixed the different things in my diet that weren't working for me, and it was a series of small steps that led me to be healthy, energetic, and thriving after a heart attack. If I hadn't started the healing and recovery process a long time before the heart attack, we might not be sitting here, and I certainly wouldn't be bragging about how amazing my recovery is. What everybody needs to understand is the food you take and the supplements you ingest are the only thing that give your body a fighting chance. So if you eat bad foods and avoid healthy supplements, what chance do you have?
Well, thank you for sharing 15 years of research and all the studies that you've made with us this week.
Well, Magnus, thank you for asking the good questions that will help my audience clearly understand why this is a great food option for them.